Hey guys, this is Andrew Vorst with the Warrior Soccer Tour Tournament. I'm glad that we're able to have this conversation, even at first, if it's just through this video. I'm the VP of Operations and Sales, so basically that makes me your one-stop shop for everything tournament related, from getting the tournament off the ground, sales and marketing, and then obviously on the backside, all of the post-tournament reports, sending out the fundraising check, that kind of stuff. So here at Warrior Soccer, we do any type of soccer event. We can help with camps and tournaments and anything kind of in between there. But our main focus is running tournaments in the off season, whether that's in the winter or in the summer, kind of outside of the soccer season. That's when we find our best niche. And so over 10 weeks, we'll probably run 40 different tournaments, 40 different tournaments in that time period. And so it's definitely really, really busy. But from a tournament standpoint, we handle all of the back end side of it, right? A couple of things about Warrior Soccer Tour outside of just the volume of tournaments is that our main focus is providing the kids in your local soccer community the access to play more soccer, right? We don't want to come into a community where we're just white noise, where we're coming in and operating tournament number 21 that they could have played in 20 other similar type tournaments. And so we really want to make sure that it's more kids playing more soccer more often, and that we're an addition to the local soccer community, not a subtraction from. And so that's why we have these conversations with potential host clubs to make sure that this is a good relationship. We're entirely relationship based. We'd rather slow it down and do it the right way versus doing it the wrong way. We'd rather do no business at all than do bad business. And so we definitely want to make this a win-win-win. That's our aim every time that we have a conversation. And so obviously we want it to be a win for you guys, right? The Hilton concept of business, which is making sure that this is a good deal and a good experience for you guys as the host club, is the number one thing on our radar, outside of course the number one thing, which is making sure that this is a good event for the kids, right? Good competition, good venues, which ultimately leads to a good experience. And that's what it's about. So in front of you, you'll have two different documents: the host club proposal, and then obviously the tournament contract itself. I'm going to put those on the screen so we can kind of look at those side by side. And so with those two documents, you're going to have two different ideas, right? Number one being the payout, right? As far as, this is a fundraiser for you guys, and that is definitely the reason why we're having this conversation. And so that has that portion on there, of course. And then it has the stuff that we'll do and then the stuff that you'll do, right? Making sure that as part of a partnership, obviously it needs to be mutually beneficial, and we're both coming to the table helping do this. We bring the tournament background, the expertise on the background stuff that you don't want to have to focus on. You don't want to have to buy medals and t-shirts and do scheduling and bracketing. That's what we're here for. So all of the back end logistics, that side of it, we'll handle that. On the front end, though, your responsibility is for the fields and for helping us market it to the local community. And we'll go over that here in a second. So as you guys scroll through these documents, you'll see a little bit of background on us, the parent company being T2 Sporting, the same concept as far as the soccer goes, just with basketball and baseball and things like that. It'll go over the different things that we provide. And again, you can flip through the sheets. I'm not going to belabor all of these points. But again, the host club provides access to the fields, access to the referee assigners. We'll pay for the referee and the referee assigners. You guys take care of the fields. And then obviously marketing. That's the number one thing. As far as the payout for the participating in the tournament, we have it as a sliding scale because we want to reward the clubs that are helping us do the best job marketing. And so the payout is on how many teams the host club puts into the event. What we find is that a host club that's really engaged and has a lot of teams in these tournaments, the tournaments are better, the teams are more engaged, and we're always going to have a better turnout when the host club is putting 16 5v5 teams in versus 2, right? It makes the divisions better, it makes them more rounded, and we can have more true competition. And so you'll see this on the sliding scale, and on the contract when we get there, it'll tell you how and why that sliding scale exists. But when we're doing these events, if it's an outdoor event, we'll take an 11v11 field, or the space of an 11v11 field, and we'll break it down into 4 quadrants. If this was field 5 at the local soccer complex, we'd break it into fields 1, 2, 3, and 4, or 5A, B, C, D, however we need to do that. Obviously, if it's indoor or futsal, any of that, we'll talk through that. Obviously, futsal is usually on basketball courts. That makes it pretty easy. And then if it's indoor, we can talk about playing side to side on the turf inside of the facility as well. So any questions you guys have, though, of course, feel free to reach out to me or Travis specifically, Travis being the owner of the company. But usually I'm your main point of contact. So I'm going to share one more document, and that's the actual tournament contract, the tournament agreement, because that is what has the scale that you're looking at. So again, we want to reward the teams that are coming in and doing a good job. Now, your club might not be a club that has 100 teams in it. And so, getting 20 5v5 teams might be more difficult. And so no fret, right? What we'll do is we'll create a marketing code, and then the teams that use that marketing code will count on this scale. So we definitely want to make this an even playing field, right? Not every club is, an 80 plus team type of club. But if you see, right, a club that's putting in 4 teams, or only, helping contribute 4 teams, that's us doing all of the marketing. And we definitely want to make this be a marketing partnership, not just us rowing the boat and not just you guys rowing the boat, right? Wanting to come in. What we found is if we've done a tournament there before, what we have a good database, we've done tournaments, we can usually double or triple the amount of teams that the host club comes in, right? So let's use 15 teams from the host club, right? Our aim would be 30 to 45 teams total in the tournament. If we haven't done a tournament there, we're usually looking around a 50-50 as far as the teams are going, right? So half of them being the host club, half of them being from outside of the host club through your marketing efforts and through ours. I'll use my tournament here in Kansas City, which is where I'm based out of. It was the first Warrior Soccer Tournament tour tournament here. And we had 20 teams from the host club, 20 teams from outside to make a 40 team event. And so that club would have qualified here at 16 plus teams. You can do the math, right? $45 for every paid team, assuming all 40 teams paid. That's what their payout would have been for that 40 team tournament. From a space standpoint, 2 or 3 11v11 fields would be plenty. We don't need a whole complex, usually 2 11v11 fields for a tournament that's 40 teams. We can get that done in one day, 9 to 5, 9 to 6. My 40 team tournament that I was just referencing, we did it on 7 5v5 fields, so on 2 11v11 fields, and we did it in about 7 hours, right? We just went straight. We can do it, 9 to noon or late, or 9 to 5 is usually when we'll have those, those tournament schedules. If we're working on less fields, especially indoor events, we'll either have to go 2 different days, Saturday and Sunday, or one really, really long day. So obviously this has all of the pertinent information. I'm not going to go over every single one of these points, but it shows you what we'll do: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I, and then what your responsibilities are, right? A, B, C, D. This is what you'll eventually sign through Adobe Signature. So that way everything's just online. But really, again, we want to make this a win-win. We want to make sure that we're coming in and we're helping you guys run an event, helping get your name out there, helping your players get more, more play time, more exposure, more opportunities to play soccer. And then, of course, right, this is all part of a national series. And so if they want to go in and play and win and go into the national championships, that's a blast. It's about the memories. It's about the experience, right? Of course, right, this is a fundraiser for you guys, but at the end of the day, it's about the kids. And, we're definitely looking forward to having a great event with you guys, and look forward to having more conversations. So feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'm definitely looking to continue this call, and we look forward to talking soon. Thanks. Bye.